Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with the second part on the painting tutorial of Cassius from the Deathwatch. This is one of the characters that comes in the game of the Deathwatch. Is Overkill. And no, in the first part I explained how I do the highlights on the black parts and how I did most of the washes. And now we are going to start doing more details and some of the highlights. I also glued the Cassius Arcanum and I glued the shoulder pad. This is how it's looking, the shoulder pad after the first wash. Okay, it's looking a little bit there, but we are going to clean up all this work. And here we have how it looks in the face after the wash with what's called this Reglan Fresh Shade. So now I'm going to do a second wash here on the head, and we are going to use Carlsberg Crimson, and this will go mainly around the scar. This guy have a scar that is crossing the right eye. Okay, so we are going to apply this here. Okay. And it's following here the scar. So this is one way to make the scars to pop up a little bit. I just use a red wash. Okay, and we are going to wait until this dries before doing the rest of the painting job. Now we are going to go to the body. Okay, and I will keep working, and I will do now the gold. I will work on the gold, and I will use now auric armor gold. So with auric armor gold I will start doing some of the highlights. So I will first go to the different, I will just paint between the rivets with auric armor gold. Okay. And I will give the dark shade around the rivet. Okay. Do here as well. Okay. Let's say I'm painting by sections. What I will do is I will paint also the Cassius Arcanum with auric armor gold before doing the wash, because I want to go for a bright color, so I will do this before doing the wash. Okay, so I will be doing that. You can see I will not do the rivets, because the rivets I want to paint them. I will apply directly a very light silver there to make them really to pop up more. And what we are going to do is here on the eagle, we are going to apply in the body then very soft on the wings of the eagle. Okay. And then on the book, we are going to apply on the eye. And as I said, so I will do this a little bit on camera. I will change to bigger brush, and I will do the Cassius Arcanum with Auric Armor Gold. Anyway, if you want to go to Auric Armor Gold, you always have to apply first Retributor Armor. Auric Armor Gold will never work directly on top of black or that color. So yeah, I will be doing that. I will highlighting the jumper here. I will highlight these parts. Okay. So I will keep working that. The highlights on the gold, the same way that I did here, so I will do it on the other leg, and the Cassius Arcanum, as I said, I applied now a layer of Auric Armor Gold. And once this is done, I will come back and I will show you how it's looking like. Okay, as you can see, I did the Auric Armor Gold on the Cassius Arcanum, I did the highlights on the different parts, and now we are going to do a second level of highlights. I also paint this part here and the smallest skull. We will need to wash that, as well as the backpack is not washed, so we will need to wash first the gold. So now what I'm going to do, keep working on the gold. The next step that you want to do is, I will point all the different rivets, and I will use this color. You can use, I will use stone horse silver, okay, but you can use also rune fang steel, so any of the light, really light metal you want to use here. And the tricky part is you need a brush that have a good tip, because now you want to point rivet by rivet. You see, this is the problem of this brush, have a small bristle going out, so we'll change the brush to see if have more rounded tip. Okay, this has the same issue. Let's see, we go this one, we go with the side, and we just touch the rivet. Again, here, this is too much. This tip is not working well for me. This is quite let's see. Well, this is better. Okay, we do all the rivets. We'll keep doing. Okay, so we will do that, and then we are also going to highlight the silver part of the miniature. So I'm going to go here, and I will highlight these parts to make them really bright and clean. Okay, remember that they have a wash, non-oil, and now we're going to okay, so we are going to work with this steel two parts, and we are going to apply it here. To really make this to shine. Okay. Here, I'm going to follow, of course, the rim, the shoulder pad. We want to go here on the top of the arm. And the hand. And we will do all the fingers. On the chain, just with the brush, almost horizontal, we touch the different slabs of the chain. Okay, and then the most delicate part is the shoulder pad, where we have all the text. And what I'm going to do now is we will do a second wash before applying the silver, because I see that we can do just with the very, when I'm going to change to bright, that is not one of my favorites. We are going to, this is too much back. I don't going to use that, I will not do that brush because it's too rough. But we are going to do something very similar. We take some silver, we clean up, and almost without doing pressure, we go on top of the different letters. Okay. We are going to put a little bit here. Okay, and then we'll change also again to my good brush. I will do this star. Yeah, most likely this is going to be difficult to see the change in camera, because it's silvers have a lot of, will give a lot of reflections in the camera. But I guess, I hope you can get the idea there. On the grenades, I will not put a lot of emphasis. I prefer to put the emphasis on this things. Again, we have here chain. Okay. So I will keep doing that. I will keep painting the rivets, and then I will show you how to clean up when your spot on the rivet is too big. Okay, so I will keep doing that, and I will come back. I will keep doing down the rivets, and I will come back once this is done. So this is how it's looking like. At the end, I also decided to do the rivets on the black. I think it's looking better with the rivets on silver. So now what I'm going to do is I will clean up a little bit the rivets where the paint just went off a little bit. I will take again Raglan Flash Shade, the glossy one, and at the same time I will also do the wash on the Cassius Arcanum. So I'm going to apply this around the rivet. Okay, here the same. And if I go on top of the rivet, I will just remove it a little bit. Okay. So just the ones that I consider that I went off a little bit. Okay. Because at the end, the dark, when you're doing this dark shade around the rivets, is what makes them to be more visible. So I also go through some rivets. This was okay, but I realized that I did not did the shade was not well captured around, so I just put a little bit of shade. The same for this one. So you just go now with passion, rivet by rivet. Here we went off, so I just put a little bit there. Okay, and try to add a little bit of wash around them. Okay, so now it's better. And we are going to do now the wash on the Cassius Arcanum. I will use the same one, the glossy one. And here is the tip. If at the end is too glossy, I will then apply matte varnish. Because most likely will be too glossy. But I like more the finishing of the glossy one because it gives more clean finishing, and then when you apply the matte varnish, it's still keeping the nice finishing. So I'm not so it's not working perfectly. The gloss one, for example, here you want to avoid that it's accumulated. You only want to put a little bit. Okay. And most likely this part we will need later on to put the matte varnish on top. We want this to go deep. Okay. Then here I will do this skull and this skull here. This went off a little bit, so it's not easy to paint to do gold on top of silver because they don't contrast that good. So you really need to put something around to make it to contrast. Likely we will need to go back with nun oil to do it, to pop up even more. Okay, so here I will wait until this dries. I will also apply the same here. Okay, it was applied once, I will apply a second layer here. So I think it's not okay. Then we're going to apply it between the spikes. And we're going to do also these ones here. Once this is done, I can almost glue this backpack. Or wait to glue it to finish the backpack because okay. No, I should do this before finish painting, but I will hold it. Okay, so I will wait until the washes are dry and I will come back. So as you can see, this is a little bit shiny and I don't like that. So I will take matte varnish. I'm using this one called Darms. It's water-based paint and it's matte varnish. I bought this on the internet and yeah, it's doing the job. So just opening the pot, you will see that it's white, okay, but it's not whitening at all. So you just apply this, okay, and will kill the brights that you don't want to have, okay. So I will put it here, especially this part. I don't want this to be so bright, okay. Don't worry if it's looking whitening. This will disappear once the varnish is dried. Okay, we do that. And yeah, and we go to work to another part of the miniature. Okay, so we put this. It's really, I don't, this glossy, I'm still hesitating if it's a good or not choice. I bought just to experiment it, but I'm not very pleased on the glossy varnishes. It's working when the area is small. When you want to go for big parts, I don't like how it's looking like. Okay, now let's go to do some more base colors. I will do the white on the omega and also on the omega of the backpack, the symbol of the, and I'm not going to use a straightforward white scar. I don't have, yeah, I think white scar covers quite well. And if not, you can do 2 layers. 2 layers of white scar should work perfectly. I go for pure white because I want really this to look very contrasting. I don't know what I will do with the rivets, to be fair. That on the omega. Maybe I will ignore them, or I will just put, I will use a little bit of bluish shading around the rivets. First we paint the omega, and you can see it's going quite well. Okay. 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 Now I will do the omega here in the backpack. So we'll do this one and I'll come back. So as you can see, now the omega have been painted, also this omega, and you see that the varnish have dried and now this is matte, so it's much better. So the next step, now that this have dried, I will apply aqua air shade on the skull. Okay. Here. What is important is that the omega is popping up. Okay, these omegas engraved on the skulls. But there are omegas because there is one on this side and another one on that side. So we want to be sure that this omega is visible. Let's put it a bit more here. Okay, and we apply the rest. Okay. I'm using the matte, by the way, this time. Okay, anyway, I will say that the combination of putting the gloss and then using the matte varnish is different than using the matte wash directly. So I still not too. So I still think that it's useful to use it, but the finishing is different. Let's go now to use a little bit of non-oil. Okay, I will increase the shading on the shoulder pad. And I think I will use the same technique. I will use the gloss non-oil. I'm going to use the glossy non-oil. Okay, and we are going to apply this in the here. And we are going to be sure that we surround the skull. I want really to improve the definition of the letters there. So we go with the gloss non-oil. We do it on the letters. And then we surround the gold. And I have the feeling the gloss non-oil is working better. Okay, this is too much. We want to remove, of course, this excess. Also, be careful each time you apply washes, especially in this case, will leak a little bit down. So let's put it something like that. I think I will do a weekly just to review the gloss paints from Games Workshop. Now that I have a little bit more experience on them, how they work, and how to use them efficiently. Okay. Okay, you see the non-oil is looking better. I'm going to play a little bit here, and here the rivets are not visible, so I will apply a little bit. The washes can be like any other layer. Sometimes you need to apply 2 layers to make them work. Okay, let's wait until this dry. I will leave it sideways, and once this have dry, I will come back. While the wash is drying, we can work a little bit on the face of Cassius, and we are going to start doing the base. So I will use Abaddon Black. Okay, let's take now a small brush. and we're going to paint the A sockets. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Agvax air shade, and I'm going to put the Agvax air shade in the mouth mainly. Of course, we're going to use the matte one. Okay. And now we go back to the A's. The black has to be dry, and this is no. We are going to apply white scar. Okay. Now we are going to apply black again. So let's wait a little bit that this drying. Okay. Let's get the white next to us in case we need it. This is quite a delicate step. You can see I changed the direction of my brush. Okay, this is good. I forgot to do one thing with the white. We are going to do this now. In the mouth. Very carefully. Yes. I'm going to apply a little bit of Agvax air shade again. So I think it's too much white. This time we're going to focus just on the top. Okay, now it's time to start doing the highlights. And to do that, I will take back, we'll use again Kissless Flesh, okay, and Flight 1 Flesh. So I will start with Flight 1 Flesh, for example. We'll point the nose. Then if it's too light, with Kissless Flesh I bring it down. I will do here. I want to pick the scar. Okay. Now I will paint this part. Using no Kissless Flesh mainly. Okay, I'll keep using Kissless Flesh. The ear. I want to do this going down. This side I will keep it, and now I will use Flight 1 Flesh. So you want the scar a little to look pale. What I'm going to do as well is to make, I think it's good. I will take a little bit of Flight 1 Flesh now. On top of here. Here, and then you want to go here on top we're going to put a little bit more of flat varnish. I think now it's looking good. So we are ready now just to paint the black and finish the head. And to do the black I will follow the same process I did for the rest of the black, so I will do it off the tutorial. Just in the meantime I want to show you this half dry. So now we can use even the flat one flash that we have here open and highlight the skull. What I'm doing is I'm highlighting around this omega. Okay, and I'm going to apply here as well on the teeth. Okay, I will do this. One thing that I forgot I need to do on the face, I will show you now. Okay, and now I'm going to take one metal that is not too clear. I will use, for example, I will use the darkest one. We'll use lead belcher. And with lead belcher I will do this. This is the okay. So now I'm going to show you. You see, the Nun oil here is not looking that bad. It's looking better. So the Nun oil is working better than the work with the what's called this, the regular flesh shade on the gold. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to start doing more highlights, and I think I will start doing the highlights on red. To do the highlights on the red, I will take a back corn red, and I will take my fist on red. Okay. Keep coming from, try to keep the order of coming from down to up, so I will start doing the book. And then on the book, I will start with my fist on red here. Okay, a little bit like edge highlighting. Then I will go with corn red and go next to it. With corn red now, I'm going to come and do this line. And keep working with corn red. this. Now I'm going to paint, highlight the closest arcanum, the handle, and to do that I go first with con red. Right. Okay, so I will keep doing that on the closest arcanum and I will come back. So next I'm going to work on these small bags that we have here. I will do just another highlight, and I will use Racker Flesh to do some highlights there, because okay, so I will okay, and then here. Okay, going to highlight a little bit the rainbow that is appearing. We are going to take a Screaming Pink. Okay, this is the color that we use as a base color there. So we did the wash with brown. We don't need to really highlight this too much. Just a little bit. I don't want this to pop up too much. Okay, and then we have the small skull. We're going to do there a wash on Seraphim Sepia. Okay, on the skull. Okay, and I will do the same in the skull here in the front. Add some Seraphim. Remember that we did the first wash with Agate Earthshade, and now we apply Seraphim Sepia. Okay, I will just put a little bit of Seraphim Sepia here. Okay, and then on the sides. Then we can put just Seraphim Sepia following this. Oh, I made that off, sorry. So I will do this. Okay, just okay, and then the different rivets. I'm going to brighten the different rivets here. Okay. I think this is good. Try a little bit here. Okay, so this is all done. We'll close all the pots that I have here open. So the main body is almost done at this point, this stage. Okay, we wait until this dries. What I will do in the meantime is I will take Mephiston Red. I will apply my piston red here. Okay, and also there was another one here. Okay, to make it more bright. We have to wait a little bit more that the washes we applied there are dry. On the grenades I will not do more work, I'm just now scouting to see if I want. Here we have this small ribbon that I painted brown. I will use now scrap brown to highlight it a little bit. So now it's mainly being sure that all the details are painted, and just I'm scouting the middle from down to up. So there is a lot of small. These middle have a lot of small schools. There is another small school here. So all the schools I will now scout for. So all these small schools I will take screaming school, and I will do that. Okay. Was missing something. I will highlight these purity seals here. Okay, I hope you can see this. I will highlight also the sigil of the purity seal. We need to highlight, of course, the shoulder pad. Now it's a little bit, as I said, just looking for the different parts that are missing and just painting them. Okay, so just this part we highlight it like that. Okay. This can happen. Okay, you see that I did this small mistake. When this happens, what I do is I go with, in that case, reduce height. Okay. And I touch with reduce height this part. You see, and now it's not anymore. Okay. Let's do the highlight on the shoulder pad, and let's paint the shoulder pad now. So I will take now, first I will use again McVice blue. Okay. What we are going to do is we are going to go to the edge. We are going to go to the edge like that. We are going to leave, and then we are going to go something like that. Okay. And now we take Calgar blue. And we do the edge highlight. Okay. Something like that. And we'll go here to the edge. Okay, and then to make this more, to pop a little bit more, what we can do is something like that. Okay, I will not do too much highlight on the top. You can do another, for example, another one here. Just like that. Okay. And now we are going to take even a lighter blue. So I can use, for example, I will use Fenris Way. We can use Fenris Way. Okay, we use Fenris Way, that is the same that we use for the black. And we just do something like that. Okay, like a bright here, we can add. Then here. Something like that is good enough. Okay. So let's close this. I close for everything way, but I should. Now we'll use Blue Horror, what is an H paint. And with Blue Horror, I will pick all the rivets here. I think I will do it different. It's too light, the Blue Horror. We'll do a different thing. We are going to use Noon Oil. I'm going to make them really to be visible. So I take Noon Oil. Okay. I go here and I touch the rivets. You will see. Okay. Here one. Here another one. Here another one. Another one. And the last one. And we wait until this dries before doing any other step. Okay. So while this is done, is waiting, we go back. As you can see, I go back and forth. The miniature is the way to save time. So I go back to the purity seals. I use now Rhinos Hide, and I will use the text. I will use this to do the text on the purity seal here. Okay. So always do something on the purity seals. Don't leave it just white. So these are the an important thing for the Space Marines. Instead of making a line, you want to do a succession of points, like that. Okay, and then, as I went too much to the borders, I go back with the Screaming Skull. Okay, use again a Screaming Skull, and I paint this here, 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 and here. Okay, so you see now, once it's dry, this is looking good. What we are going to do now, we are going to clean up. It's not. We are going to clean up the rivets on the Omega. So we are going to use again white We apply it on this on the rivet. Okay, so I think this is looking good. Now what we can do is what we can make this the a little bit more interesting. The small gem that is, and this is quite a tricky one because these gems are really small. But I'm going to go with black, or we can use even, for example, moon oil again. And what we do, we apply moon oil on the top of the gem. Okay. And this is going to be a tricky part because this gem is very small. Okay. You can use black maybe, it's going to be easier. First I like to start with moon oil to see if I can work it with that, but I see that this oil is slipping out. So I will take a little bit of black. And it's so small that you want to go really for fast contrast. There is no way to do gradients on these small gems. There is no way to do color transitions in here. Okay, here is one. Here's another one. We wait until this dry. Okay. Let's wait until this dries. Okay, and now let's look. The gold is dry. So now we are ready to do the highlights on the Cassius Arcanum. And what we are going to do is we are going to use again our armor gold. Okay. Okay, and I will highlight, and I will not do this all on camera, but what we want to do, I will do one side of the wings of the Cassius Arcanum, so we really go through that. Okay, I will take also so I will take a stone silver host, sorry I put my finger there, okay? One of the new metallics, and what we are going to do is, once we apply the auric armor gold, we go with like that, then with the auric armor gold we smooth. Okay, this is a way to make it more bright. So now we are going to apply this feather by feather. Let's put, no, there I make a mistake. This can happen. If you make a mistake, the only solution is to go back with. Okay, so here I go. Okay. Now I take the silver and I do just the extreme of the wings. Okay, something like that. Again, if we is the, I will correct this later on. So this is the. You want to find the right position. Okay. And then take a little bit of silver. To the but I want to put a little bit of silver. Is this part here? No, we go with auric armor gold. Okay. Okay. And then when you are in that step, if you want even to improve a little bit more, I will take a little bit of Reglan flesh, and we are going to do the next. Okay. So you apply again here to be sure that this is again shaded, and then I will go just next to here and go down. Okay. Okay. We are going to do the same for all the wings on that, and I will do also the highlights on the backpack that you have here, because it's the same that we did in all the other parts. So I will do all the gold and I will come back once it's done. So as you can see, I did the gold, I glued the backpack to the main body, so no, and I also did the highlights on the back of the head. I will clean up everything and put it together. But now the next thing I'm going to work with, and it's going to be this part. Okay, this goes on front of the body. Okay, you see I paint this part, we'll remove it from the, I paint this with blue, and now I'm going to use white scar, and I will do the omega as I did in all the other omegas. Okay, so very carefully we're going to go to do these parts. We just go with the brush almost parallel to the surface, so don't attack with the tip like that, go sideways, and the brush will do the work for you, the brush and the scope. Okay, you see, quite easy. Don't apply pressure. The trick is go sideways, not too much paint. Don't apply too much pressure, and then you have that done. Okay, now I'm going to use gold. So to do the gold part on this thing, I'm going to use Retributor armor as I used as the base color for all the other gold parts. And again, the part that is you have to go careful is to do this rim here. Okay, we go with our brush, and we paint with the side of the tip. Okay. I also want to hit the small rivets that are there. Okay, then we do the rest. Right, and for the patch, I will use the same technique that we use for the purity seals. So we are going to use no Seraphim Sepia wash on the patches, but first we need to parchments. But first we need to wait until this dries. Okay, and this is going to be painted as all the other things. We are going to highlight with auric armor gold. What I'm going to do now is, because this part is going to be visible, so what we can do is I will separate this from the matrix, from the sprue, I mean. Okay, then we can paint this part. Okay, so I wait until this dries, And while I'm waiting that, I will paint the list here, this decoration. I will paint it green, and I will use Warstone glow. Okay. So we put Warstone glow here. The other side. The other part that I also forget to do is, well, forget, we can do now. Okay. So I do that. We are getting close to the finishing of this miniature. One thing that I recommend, once you finish the miniature, leave it next to you, and after some time make another look to the miniature. Sometimes you find something that you missed or something that you can improve, and just leave it next to your desk once it's finished, and once you are waiting for the watch of the next miniature to dry, something like that, take it back, make a look, and you will see that you will find something that you want to improve. So I do that from time to time, especially when I want to go for the characters or something like that. For the units maybe it's not that important, but for the characters you want to have a very nice finishing. So here we need to wait until this dries. You see here. So I will wait until this is dry, and in the meantime I will do the parchments here. Okay. So yeah, keep working on this. I'm still waiting that these leaves are completely dry, but I was forgetting one part that we started before, and I'm going to do now. You remember that we put very small black part here. Now we go with the white, and we're going to add a spot on the top. Try to make it as small as possible. It's quite a very small gem, this one, to be fair. Okay. Want to do something really small. And now I will go with orange. We'll go with a very bright, this one, Wild Rider Red. We are going to do the bottom. You know that there's a lot of things for a very small gem. We do the same with this one. Okay. And this one that we went a little bit off, I will come with Reynolds High. And just trim it a little bit. This is going to be tricky. This one. No, went off. So I come with this high. I will do this. And we need to wait and then correct it with Retributor armor again there. So this is one of the risks that you can have when you're doing that. The other part that we need to paint, and I was also almost forgetting, is the visor of the gun. So I'm going to use almost the same technique that we use for this gem on the visor of the gun. We can do one thing. I will paint it silver, and we are going to use one of the new paints from Games Workshop, one of the gem paints. We can use this to make visors. So let's paint this first silver. Okay. Here. Here. Okay. I'm going to do this. I think I went off the position. Okay. And now we are going to put Nun oil, and we can put the glossy one if you want. I will put the glossy Nun oil there. We are going to apply it more on the top, not too much. A little bit here as well. Okay, and then okay. So here, if I can, as it is rounded, it's going to be difficult. Okay, we wait until this dries, and then I will come back. So as you can see, I glued him on the base that I want for him. Okay, and I also glued this on the front, so now almost everything is done. We are going to finish this part here, okay, do the final touches, and we will finalize the work. So now we are going to use this one, no, Coelia Green no, I want to use Svaka Green, okay. I think now have changed name, I don't remember the name, to be fair. So we are going to apply this on the leaves. Okay. While this is drying, we are going to finalize the work that we started on the visor of the gun. So I'm going to use now, if you use this one is too orangey to go directly on that. So I will use the blood for the blood god, as is the same type of paint. So I will take. Okay, we are going to use this for the visor, and what we are going to do is we are going to thin it down to be sure that it's transparent. So we are going to apply this on the front. Okay, you can see we are going to apply this on this part. Okay, and we wait until this dries. So you see, we'll give the sensation of a glass. So we will wait until this dry. And then we are going to use a little bit of matte varnish around to clean the glossiness out of position. So with that, almost everything is done. So I'm going just to now clean up a little bit. We are going to do the highlights on the chain that we just of the part that we just glued in the front because it was not highlighted. So we are going to use stone horse silver here. Okay, we are going to put a little bit here as well. Okay, so and we are going to apply a little bit more of this here, here. Okay. And yeah, mainly all is done. So what I'm going to do is I will apply also matte varnish on the parchment because I think it's a little bit glossy. So having matte varnish is good because it will help you to, in case the print is leaving some glossiness, you can remove the glossiness with the matte varnish. So I'm going to do this here. Okay, I really don't want any gloss reflection on this parchments. Okay, we'll do the same here. Okay, and I will apply a little bit here because the glue just went a little bit off. We have to wait there that the wash have dry. And that's all, I think. Yeah, let's wait until this dries. We will wait until the green wash dries and I come back. So now the wash have dried and I'm going to use mud green to highlight the leaves. What I will do is I take a position like that. You have a good view and then I go leaf by leaf. Okay. Do the same at the back. Okay. You just check that looking more uniform. And yeah, the method is finished here. So we only need to glue now the head. I will glue the head and show you the final result. So here we have, this is the final looking of Cassius. So now, yeah, the work is finished. Okay, you see the different parts. Really pleased how it ended up. Great miniature to paint, and yeah, very enjoyable to paint. So you see here at the end we have the visor, how it's looking like. Okay, so yeah, nice miniature. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Yeah, if you want to support my channel, just share, comment, like, and you also can support me in Patreon. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.